But let me know, drop a like, leave the comment, let's talk about it, and on to the next topic of the day. The next topic of the day is 1989 Batman is making a resurgence, or could be making a resurgence, in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. Now, we're going to start to get into rumor and a little bit of speculation here, because this report, Crisis on Infinite Earths, may involve, the keywords here to take away, guys, may involve, not does involve, may involve, right here. May involve, might involve classic Batman, classic movie Batman's world. And then it talks about this. Believe it or not, Crisis on Infinite Earths is about to get even bigger. A new set photo from the ambitious Arrowverse crossover has surfaced online, and it appears to show a newspaper featuring Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne on the cover. Wayne Tech CEO Bruce Wayne to marry socialite Selina Kyle, the Gotham City Gazette's headline declares. And this is what it shows here. So the newspaper articles as seen on the set of Crisis on Infinite Earths, and it says this: wonder if it will be on Earth 89 of the multiverse. And then it has, you know, a shocked face, Batman, the Flash, Arrow. But this is super cool. I'm really excited about this. I'm going to go ahead and click into this so you guys can see the image in full. But take a look at that. So back in the 1989 Batman, if you guys haven't seen that one, it was Tim Burton's Batman with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson as the Joker. It also had Billy D. Williams playing Harvey Dent. And it also had, what's her name? I'm forgetting her name right now. She plays Janet Van Dyne in Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm blanking on her name right now. This is me failing, guys. Let me go ahead and open up a new tab for you guys and find out. Oh, wait, sorry. Michelle Pfeiffer. There we go. Michelle Pfeiffer. I'm sorry that took so long, guys. Michelle Pfeiffer is... She played Catwoman back in the day in 1989. And when that happened, it was a beautiful love story that was literally her playing cat and mouse with Batman. And we never got to see that relationship come to fruition. But this here, this article, if this is what's going to be in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, this would tell us something. This would tell us that what we're going to see is the events that take place after or far after, potentially, shortly or far after the movie. So whatever happened in the movie, after that, events transpire, and we're looking at possibly Bruce Wayne marrying Selina Kyle, which is really, really cool. So that would mean Batman and Catwoman getting together. That's something that a lot of the fans wanted to see. That's something that fans of the comics have always wanted to see. And then we get to this point here. And I think that this goes to show that the Crisis on Infinite Earths team is doing literally everything they possibly can, much like the Lego movie, to give the fans what they want. To give the fans fan service done right. Not just fan service, but good quality fan service. This kind of thing is going to be really, really fun and exciting. And gosh, I mean, this doesn't seem very far-fetched based on what we know, guys. And I'm not even through with that news yet. There's so much Crisis news breaking all the time that's basically the entire video I'm making today. So I wanted to show you guys some of that. Now, linked to this, guys, I wanted to show you a couple of these things here. Check this out. A report comes out right after that happens. So after we've seen that their newspaper is showing the Michael Keaton 1989 Batman universe being recognized by Crisis, potentially. Also, another report is showing Crisis on Infinite Earths will feature another Batman 89 alum. And following the rumors of Keaton appearing in the newspaper during Arrowverse's upcoming Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, a new report claims another actor from Tim Burton's film will make an appearance, Robert Wuhl. And according to Canada Graphs, Wuhl was spotted on set filming a scene for the crossover. As per that outlet, Wuhl is reading a newspaper and he looks up into the sky in this scene. Wuhl played Gotham Globe reporter Alexander Knox in the 1989 Batman film, so that may be who he is here, as the outlet identifies his universe as Earth 89. And though it's unclear that that's an official designation or if Wuhl is indeed playing Knox again, additionally, it's unclear if the newspaper mentioned here is the same one that is supposed to feature Keaton's Bruce Wayne or a different one entirely. Very, very interesting. So whether or not they are going to be able to get Keaton in for a live action cameo is kind of irrelevant at this point, but we do see that actor Robert Wuhl, who very likely is much more, I would imagine, available. We're going to see something like this. Let me just show you guys. If you guys don't remember, Robert Wuhl was this right here. Let me go ahead and turn off some of these notifications. But we have here Robert Wuhl, and you see him. Let me go ahead and type in Batman. You guys remember this guy? Check that out. So if you guys remember this frame from the 1989 Batman movie, that's who we're talking about. So he plays the reporter from, I believe it's called the Gotham Globe, if I just read that correctly. But it's really cool that they're digging this deep. They're inviting people like Robert Wuhl to join the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. Guys, I'm super, super pumped for this. Not only because they're going to talk about one of the best Batman of all time, Michael Keaton, and they're reaching out to Burt Ward to potentially play a role in this thing. We know that he is in the crossover. We don't know what role he's playing, but there's also they're bringing back Brandon Routh. They're going deep, guys. They're getting DC fandom from across the board, all ages, no holds bar. It's beautiful chaos, and I love everything we're hearing so far. But this, to me, this is really, really exciting. I mean, everything that they're canonizing by doing this crossover, every DC universe thing they're making part of this canon. This is wonderful, guys, and I'm so excited to see where this is going to go. And you can tell that this is the kind of leadership that we want at DC, because when Walter Hamada took over Warner Brothers, he basically gave the green light for there to be 2 or 3 or unlimited amounts of any kind of character that we wanted. Remember back when Arrow first started? I think it was in season 2 or something, season 3. They started going for the Suicide Squad. They got Deadshot in there, and then they had they started building that Suicide Squad storyline, and then it all got canned because the movies decided they wanted to make a Suicide Squad, and then they ripped all the Suicide Squad characters, even though they weren't the same actors. It's not the same timeline. It's not the same universe. They ripped it because the old leadership was like, screw you. We don't want to compete with ourselves. So we want all of that fandom money to go to the movies. And that ended up backfiring, because if you don't do it right, then there's nothing more for the fans to cling to. If you have a bunch of these things, like if you have Cyborg played by Ray Fisher in the movies, and then you've got Jovian Wade playing him on Doom Patrol, and then you've got animated versions of him as well, there's going to be much more fandom, and people can pick and choose which ones they like, but they can still like DC, they can still like those things. And I think this is wonderful, because now you see Walter Hamada's, I've said this so many times on my channel, guys, but Walter Hamada gave the green light to say DC is all about infinite Earths. DC has always been about multiverse and all that kind of thing. Why would we care if the movies have the Flash and the show has the Flash? Let them both have the Flash. It doesn't need to be the same actor, doesn't need to be the same stories. They're not linked. And fans understand that. Fans of DC have always understood that. So why would movie fans or TV show fans be confused by that anyway? And so this is brilliant. They're literally double, triple, infinitely you've heard of double downing? They're infinite downing. They're infinite downing on the unlimitedness of DC fandom and comics and characters. And I love it. And I hope they just keep going. So this is just wonderful. So anyways, guys, what do you think about Robert Wuhl and Michael Keaton potentially joining this universe? Because obviously these are rumors, and these are things that have some photographic evidence for the newspaper and for Michael Keaton being on the newspaper, but whether or not that is legitimate, whether or not that is credible, remains to be seen. However, I would not doubt it at this point. I mean, we had Mark Guggenheim say last week that he reached out to even Nick Cage to play Superman. I mean, they're going all in. So this doesn't surprise me. Does it surprise you? That's what I want to know. Talk to me in the comments, and let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. Anyways, thanks guys. Let's go to I would consider this the big news of the day. The big news of the day is Tom Ellis